Hey everybody, it is Tuesday and it's 2 o'clock, and that means it is time for Top 5 Tuesday. I am your host, Kate Dillon, and I just wanted to make sure I could check the sound and so that you guys can hear me, and that's what this is about. So I don't need this anymore since the sound works, and that's a good thing. So jump on here, and I've got all kinds of fun stuff for today, so I'm pretty excited about it. Let's see, first of all, I love to talk about what we're giving away. I'm actually modeling. I have a cool Crate Insider hat here. I guess that's the side that makes more sense because you can see it. And so I have a brand new Crate Insider hat right here to give away. And all you need to do if you're new here is just leave a comment. You can say hi, you can leave an emoticon. I love seeing comments and questions. It gives me great information to use in future videos. But at the end of this video, what we'll do is I will bring up random number generator, and based on the number of comments that I see, then I will put that number into random number generator. It'll pop out a number, and that's who wins. And this week it is a hat. So we've got the Crate Insider hat. I see some frequent visitors here. So hi Chelsea, hi Jim, Mark, Dustin, Pat. Thank you all so much for joining. And I do have some fun things to talk about today. So first of all, in case you missed it, last week, I don't know if it was Thursday or Friday. It was one of those days that I put out a new video talking about Firewire. And if you happen to be here last week, I was talking about Firewire. I love these spark plug wires. I think they're awesome. And I'm going to go and cut into the one here. I always have a knife sitting around somewhere here. And that way we can see why I like them so much. And of course it talks about it in the video, so I'm not going to just regurgitate everything that was in the video. But the big thing I want to show you is what they look like and what they look like up close. So here is, yeah, you can see that. See how they've got this cool, I love the material on the outside of this. It just looks cool. But I mean, they are pretty darn amazing. They're like heat resistant up to like 450 degrees. They are an under header style of spark plug wires. They're all marked with the different cylinders. So the fast Firewire, and you can check that out. It's on the Facebook page or it's on our YouTube channel. Or if you are subscribed to our email list, then that's something I'll be putting in the email this week so that you can see it. I try to. I don't always get an email out every week, but I really do try to do a follow-up email for anybody who missed Top 5 Tuesday. And then I also put in the videos that any other videos that I've published for that week, I put in there along with all the Top 5 Tuesday products. So if you haven't joined our email list, it's really simple. Just go to CrateInsider.com, and at the very bottom, there'll be a place where you can sign up just to join our newsletter. And so then you can be apprised of that. And I'm going to start doing, I've done this before, but where I've got special deals that only people on the email newsletter list that they get. So I'll be looking at doing more of that coming into the fall. So just working on that. You can only work on so many things at a time. The second thing I want to talk about is I have a brand new product to show you guys. I just put it up on the website today, and I'm really excited because it's something that I feel like I had a hand in making happen. And that's the reason why is because I've been selling race fans. If you've been familiar with race fans, I've been selling them pretty much. I mean, it wasn't too long after they came out that I started selling them and making a video and all of that. Problem is, this is a 19-inch fan. And I know I have a lot of customers who this fan is it's just too big. So I went to Race Fan and I said, gosh, this 19-inch fan is great for some of my customers, but we really need a smaller version. So working with Ken, we now have a 17-inch fan, a 17-inch race fan. And the thing about these, I'm showing them two different ways here. Here we go. Look at that. So since we've got, well, this one has more blades on it. What's great about this fan is it can be a 2-blade fan. And I don't have the hardware in it, obviously. You just secure the hardware in there to make sure that the blades stay in place. But it can be a 2-blade fan. It can be 3 blades. just like that. It can be 4 blades, how I had this one before, and it can be up to 6 blades. So the prices are the same whether you're buying the 17-inch or the 19-inch, but I will be stocking both. So depending on what you would like, the two blade is $170. The 3-blade 217.50. The 4-blade is $265 and the 6-blade is $360. So, and at the end of this video, I always put in links to all the products I talk about. Rather than doing those individually, I'll probably just take you to the race fan page. The hub will be the same. So the center piece is the same regardless if you're using the 17-inch blades or the 19-inch. The blades are the same, the hardware is the same. So it's really nice if you already have one of the bigger 19-inch and you just wanted to switch out the blades for whatever reason. You know, there's some great versatility there. I'm just going to take a look and see if anybody has any questions about the race fan. And let's see if I can answer them. Let's see. I see radiators. You want some answer about that? I don't know what to tell you about radiators or what you'd like to know. With crate engines, we always recommend a double pass radiator. We've done some video on that. You can do single, double, triple pass, but truthfully, the best choice we found is a double pass radiator for that. Oh my goodness, I just like choked on my own words. Anyway, there is one other thing I wanted to mention to you guys. It's a little early to talk about, but I'm just still going to throw it out there. One of my good friends, Jason Atkins, who's been involved in all sorts of areas of racing. He's been a promoter, track promoter, series promoter. His brother races. He's run a lot of different things, but it's what's really exciting is he's putting together a virtual trade show for November where, you know, racers, anyone can attend for free, and it's all online, it's virtual. And the reason I want to say something about it now, registration isn't open yet, but I know that there are several manufacturers who do tune in to Top 5 Tuesday, and I just want you to make you aware of it. And you can find that website at thedriveexpo.com. I will tell you that is the only trade show that we will be doing this year for Crate Insider. I'm really excited about it. I think it really falls in line with the work that I do. I do so much work online that it really just, those ideas just go together. So if you want any help contacting Jason or have any questions, you know, that, I mean, I'm not running that trade show. I came from doing a trade show before I started Crate Insider. So I have, I'm pretty dialed into kind of what goes into a trade show. It's a lot of work, but I think it's going to be a fantastic opportunity for racers. I've talked to some of the other exhibitors, and I think there are going to be some sponsorship opportunities there that you're not going to see anywhere else either. So I think that there's going to be some really good reasons for racers to go. And anyway, I'm looking for, you know, seeing that team grow, the team of exhibitors that will be putting on that show. I'm really excited about that. So anyway, check that out, thedriveexpo.com, and I will drop that link at the end of this video because I'm one person and I can't do everything and nobody wants to watch me type. So with that, let me see if there's any other questions over here. Bunch of hellos here. Let's see, and a couple people I haven't talked to, you're going to call me. Let's see. Oh, how much are the blades separately? That is a great question. So the blades, you can buy them separately, are $40, and the hardware, so if you're just doing a replacement blade, you would just need a blade. I mean, maybe you scratch it or something, you can just buy the blade. Otherwise, if you want the blade and the hardware is pretty special to this. The hardware is $750, so a blade with hardware would run $47.50 if you're trying to add blades onto your fan. That was a fantastic question, Danny. Great. And Danny, I forgot. Danny asked me about wheel covers last week. I totally forgot until right this red hot second. So I will try and talk about wheel covers the next time on Top 5 Tuesday. In fact, I do have a sort of a, I don't know, it's an announcement or what, but you guys know I'm pretty religious about Top 5 Tuesday happening at Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Well, next Tuesday, I will most likely be on an airplane during that. And you know, that whole like, can't be online when you're on the airplane type of thing. I may not be able to do Top 5 Tuesday. I probably won't be able to do it at 2 o'clock. So I'll have to see what my flight schedule looks like. I may try to do it in the morning. I will be in California, but if not, I might have to make Top 5 Tuesday happen on Wednesday. I don't know. So just, you know, I guess just kind of play it by ear and see what happens, and not wanting to ditch you. Just if you're on a plane, there's just nothing you can do, you know, as far as doing a live video. And let's see. The sound doesn't work. Sound isn't working. Okay. Let me move the microphone closer. And Doug, can you hear me now? Because I didn't want the microphone in frame. And tell me if the, can you guys hear me? go ahead and jump on there and tell me if you can hear me. That's why I had the I had earphones on earlier. Can you guys hear me? I'm kind of waiting for a response here. Or maybe you can't hear me, which is why nobody's responding. Oh, we've got laughs and likes. So I don't know if you can or not. And I've got angry faces. I have all kinds of like little emoticons here, but if somebody could tell me if they can hear me, that would be really, really, really wonderful. Next up, well, I guess some people can. I don't know why everybody couldn't hear me, or maybe I need to talk closer to the microphone. I can sound like a radio announcer or something. It's kind of crazy. I could get all fancy with my headphones and the whole deal. Anyway, let's just have fun. All right. So moving on. That means it's time for actually Top 5 Tuesday. And in the number 5 spot this week, this one's always a fan favorite, is our Crate Insider air filter base. Now, I was going to retire this from Top 5 Tuesday, but I continue to get questions on it, so that's why I wanted to address it. And in fact, I had a fantastic question over this last weekend where a customer asked me, well, you know, you always talk about how the seal comes with it or it's made out of aluminum, but you never talk about like if it works. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe that I have done that, and I totally have. So let me tell you why we suggest this base so strongly. When we did testing, we tested it against, so we're not testing against junk. I mean, if you're testing against junk, you can always come up with like magical, awesome numbers. But when we were testing this base, we were testing it versus the R2C base, which at that time was the best base on the market. And this base here picked up 6 horsepower and 6 foot-pounds of torque with a 604. Now, I can tell you that those numbers, I don't actually have the dyno sheet, but those same numbers were mimicked by CV Products. They were mimicked by Willie's Carbs and Dyno, and I just don't know a couple of the other shops that have called and either ordered them from me or, you know, we've kind of compared notes. But by several guys testing it, it always comes out about the same. It's usually 6 to 8 horsepower and 6 to 8 foot-pounds of torque with a 604. Now, those numbers aren't going to be exactly the same with a 602, but a lot of times what we find with a 604 just translates right over to a 602. The one exception to this is I am talking about 4-barrel carburetors, and I am not talking about 2-barrel carburetors. We're not seeing awesome results with 2-barrel carburetors. So if you do have a 2-barrel carburetor, this honestly wouldn't be the best choice. I just don't have a super awesome choice for you guys. But for the 4 barrels, this is the way to go. So our Crate Insider flat air filter base to give you more horsepower is $99.50. And yeah, it comes with the seal. So you can just pop it right onto your carburetor. All right, next up in the number 4 spot this week, we have, I better look at my notes here. We have another favorite, and that is Daylube. So Daylube, oh gosh, we love Daylube. You know, it's at a great price point when you compare it to more expensive grease. You can use it for hubs. You can use it for, I mean, any number of moving parts. And it comes in a few different ways, actually 3. So I brought all 3 out. So we have the syringe right here, and that runs $16.99. Or we have either the tube or the jar. Both of these are 16 ounces. Guess I'll face the labels here, and those run $45.79. So if you want to put this into a grease gun, you can totally do that and just pop that off, and there we go. So it's very convenient to put in a grease gun, or if you'd rather, you know, use it with your fingers, you totally could, and just dip it in there. So really great on bearings, especially. So a lot of guys using them for that, and you know, really having great performance. So that is Daylube in the number 4 spot. In the number 3 spot this week, oh, we've already seen this one, but I guess the video, and I talked about it last week, but that put Firewire into the number 3 spot. So the fast Firewire that I was talking about earlier, you can check out the video that I did last week. And the Firewire, and I love their packaging. It didn't used to come in packaging like this. They changed it. And so I really love what they've done with it. It just kind of jumps out at you, which is really nice, makes my shelves look pretty. So these run $159.99, and that's in the number 3 spot. In the number 2 spot, because I just thought, well, they're both super popular. And they are the same product, but two different sizes, and I've never shown them, I don't think, at the same time. So it is our XL1 engine treatment. Oh my goodness. Wow, you never know what's going to happen on Top 5 Tuesday. So that's all I got to say there. But these come in a 16 ounce right here that runs $24.95. Or we have the 64 ounce that runs $75.83. So you figure that this one is the better value because there are 4 of these in one of these. And, you know, if we just say 25 versus 75, you're paying 3 times the price of this one for 4 times the volume. So it is a much better deal. A lot of times this one's the easier one because it's already measured. It's 16 ounces. Basically, you dump one of these in when you're doing an oil change and just replace a half a quart of oil with one of these, and then that is for your oil change. But we also love it in passenger vehicles. I use it in mine to save gas mileage because anytime we're going to cut down on friction in a race car, we're going to increase horsepower. And in a passenger car, we're going to, I guess, I doubt that I'm going to increase horsepower, but I will save on gas mileage because of the lowered friction. So that is the Daytona 1 XL1 engine treatment. Been talking about it a lot. Use this in your tow vehicles, you know, because there's just no sense in spending a lot of extra money on fuel. So there we go. That is in the number 2 spot. And now in the top spot, another product I should retire because it comes up like all the time, and that would be our sets of 602 matched valve springs. We sell lots and lots and lots of valve springs. I rated some more last week, and because I actually do that. I love my Longacre bench tester. I remember when I bought it, in fact, you know, because I love telling stories to you guys. So I remember when I bought it, and here's this, like, I don't know, however much it is. I can't remember. It's like, I don't know, $1,000 or something. Somebody's like, you're going to have to rate a lot of valve springs to pay for that. Yeah, well, I rate a lot of valve springs, so I'm glad I like it. It's got a digital readout, super heavy duty. It's an absolute great machine. That's not really what I didn't even mean to talk about that today, but I am anyway. And so what we do is we rate those and then put together the like pressures. And so we've got one bag that's intake and one that's exhaust. I've even upgraded the bags because FedEx would beat them up and knock them out of the bags and all kinds of stuff. So now I've got like heavy duty bags and nice little labels. And so it makes it really simple. I don't know. I just like it when things are pretty. They should be pretty. I mean, if you're going to invest your money, you should get something that looks great, you know, and perform great, but it should come in a decent package. So, but they are genuine GM valve springs. There's nothing cheater about them. They would be legal in any series that you would run because they are GM valve springs. It's just that we go through them to make sure that they're good quality. And the ones that aren't, honestly, just don't make the cut. And I joke around. I'm like, I'm going to find a project for them at some point. I don't really throw them away, but I don't send them out either. So I'm waiting to find the perfect like little project that I can do with valve springs. Maybe I need one of those like shadow boxes, you know, like that people put corks in, but I just put valve springs in. That could look kind of cool in here. Yeah, because if you can't tell, I just like ridiculous things in my office just to look at, just for fun. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what that is. And I'm going to take a look at questions before we jump in to. Oh, good. Hear me loud and clear. Good deal. Everybody's can say. Oh, good. All right. So I'm getting some comments that I'm not talking to the air. And hey, there's my friend Jason right there. Jason Atkins joined in, and he's the one doing the Drive Expo. So, great guy to get to know. And especially if you're on the manufacturer side of things, check out this show because it's going to be new. I know pretty doesn't equal fast, but if you can make it fast, why make it ugly? You know, so make a clock. Hey, there's a cool idea. Make a clock out of the dead valve springs. That's a great idea. Well, cool deal. We have a ton of comments here, so I'm going to pop it into random number generator here and see what we come up with. Number 12 is what we've got. So I'm going to scroll back, and 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, and Eric Nemeth. So Eric, you win the hat here, the Crate Insider hat. So if you would send me a private message with your address, and I will get this sent out to you. And in the meantime, I will try to be on next week sometime. I'm not sure what day because I'm going to be on a plane for Top 5 Tuesday. But I will definitely try to check in with you guys because I really love having these conversations. And in the meantime, I hope you have a fantastic weekend and look forward to seeing you the next time I'm on Top 5 Tuesday. Have a great day.